Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. In the last video we have discussed about how to connect to the SAP server and what is the application needed to connect to SAP server. So after installing SAP GUI, we will get this SAP logon icon. We need to open that, and after opening this SAP logon you need to connect to the server using the credentials. So this is a client. We have discussed in the last video. Client is nothing but an 3-digit number which is used to identify the landscape, and you need to enter your credentials. You will get this from your vendor. I'm entering my username and password. So after entering the password, you will get this SAP easy access screen. This is the first screen which we will see whenever after entering the credentials. So today, same as before video, I will create a new object or new program in our ABAP editor. What is the T code for ABAP editor? It is SC38. So I'm going to SC38 and I'm opening. So after going to this T code, you will get this ABAP editor screen. And also, if you remember, in the last video we have discussed about types of objects present in SAP. So what are the types of objects present in SAP? The first one is standard objects, and coming to second one are custom objects. So these are the objects which are present in our SAP system. So we have discussed these standard objects are already created by the SAP. So we cannot edit, or we can use them but we cannot edit. If we try to edit this, we need an access key. So coming to the custom objects, these are the objects which developer can create. So, and one more point, if we want to create these custom objects, we need to start our object name with only Z or Y. So we need to create our objects only with Z or Y. I mean the starting letter. Starting letter should be with Z or Y, because all other remaining letters are occupied by standard objects, so it will not accept. So if we want to create custom objects, we need to start with Z or Y. So I am creating a new object, Z, my program 2. This is my second program. Create. I'm giving the title. I'm just giving like arithmetic operations, and the type is I'm selecting as executable program, and then save. And if you see the package here, if you remember in the last video we have discussed about this as well, we need to give the package as $tmp, because if we store our program in this package, it will save in our local system. It means we cannot transport to other landscapes like quality and production. So that's why this is just our for practice, right? So I'm just creating in my local object. So creation of program is done. So first we will try to create a simple program which will do sum of two numbers. So if you take example as C language, in C language, we will have some kind of, we will follow some kind of procedure in order to execute or in order to create a program. So in C language, first we will write hash include str.h, and then int main, main function or void main, and then again. So I am writing in simple C program for addition of two numbers. Again, after opening the brackets, we will declare the variables int a comma b. So and int a comma int b int c. So C equal to a plus b. So printf C. So this is a simple program in C language. So we will do the same thing in ABAP. ABAP is also one of the language, right, for SAP. So we will do the same thing in ABAP. So, and one more point, like if you see, there are some kind of keywords in C as in C language. Like if you see int, it is in keyword. If you want to use this as a variable, it will not allow, because these are the keywords and they are reserved for C language. In the same way, there are some kind of keywords in the SAP ABAP also. So in order to declare the variables, the keyword which we will use in SAP is data. So this is a keyword which we will use in order to declare the variable. So I am declaring the variables data, a, type, integer. So this is my first variable, and coming to my second variable, data, type, again data b. So again data c, type I. So I'm just trying to save my code. Save, activate. I'm trying to activate. If you see, I got some kind of errors. Let us check. So I'm clicking on display errors. Don't activate if you get errors. So it is saying, it is expecting dot is nothing but period after I. So if you see in the C program as well, after completion of declaring one variable, you are giving comma or semicolon. In the same way, we need to give period. So I'm giving period after declaring one variable A, and after B declaration I have given one more period. Period is nothing but a full stop. So I'm trying to save it again and then activate. Now activation is successful. So now my code is successful. So, and we also need to take care of readability as well. So if you see, if anyone see these, all the variables are declared in one line, so it will not be good. So what we need to do is, we need to declare in the subsequent lines. So A in one line and B in one line and C in one line. If you see this looks very good than the first one. So again I'm going to activate. Now it is working. So what I'm doing is, now I'm just assigning some kind of values to A and B. I'm assigning A as 10 and B equal to 30 and C equal to A plus B, and after completion of any statement we need to give period, and then we need to print the C. In C language, if we want to print, the statement or the keyword is printf. So here in ABAP we have seen as like in the last video, the keyword is write. So write C. Control S, activate. So my objects are activated. Let us execute our program. We need to get 40 as our output. So if you see, we got 40. So now second case, what I'm doing is, I'm just uncommenting this code. To uncomment, we need to press Control plus comma. So now I'm giving A as 10 and B 20. Now I'm trying to add C equal to A minus B, full stop, comma, write C. what is the difference between two codes? One is one is addition and one is subtraction. That we will check what is the difference now. I'm going to save it and I'm activating. I got some error. We'll check what is an error. It is saying statements equal to a minus b is not defined. Check your spelling. So here in ABAP, after completion of each variable, or like after completion of each statement, we need to give one space. So I am giving space here. So now I am going to execute once again. I've saved my code and then activate. Now if you see, my code is activated. So the rule is we need to maintain spaces. So we do not need to worry about our spaces and everything. It will come on practice. So mainly we need to focus on our logic. So I'm executing now. If you see, minus 10, because I am subtracting 20 from 10. So that's why we got minus 10. So, and one more case, we'll go to the next case. So if you see, and here what we are doing, we are declaring three variables. So for every variable we are using this data keyword. So instead of doing this, we have another approach. So I'm giving my keyboard data and a type I, comma, enter, b type I, comma, c type I, and now period. If you see, I am going to save my code again. I am trying to activate it. So I got another error. Let us check what is the error. It is saying comma without preceding colon after data. So it is saying that keep colon after data. So this is another way of declaring the variables. The first one is this and second one is this. So if we have lot of, in this case we have only 3 variables, but in a real scenario you may get some 30 or 40 kind of variables. So it is not good to use a data every time. So we have this feasibility as well. So we can give data at once at the start, and then we can separate the variables with comma. At the end we need to keep our full stop. Now I'll try to save my code, activate, this activated. So, and again one more case, we will try to take one more example. And now instead of my another cases, instead of assigning a value here separately, I want to give while creating variable itself. So in this case we have one kind of keyword again. So see, I'm just giving value and then a value as 20. So I'm giving value of t as 40. So see we don't want to give any value. Now I'm just doing arithmetic operation. C equal to a plus b full stop, comma, right, c. So I'm save my code. I saved my code and then activate. Objects are activated. I'm trying to execute my program. The value is 60. So if you see, instead of assigning separately, we can give value directly here as well. So now I came with a different scenario. I want, like for example, here we are just displaying the output as 60, directly 60, right? Now presently we are directly displaying the output as 60, but now I want to display like this, the like sum of a and b is 60. I want to display like this. So I am going to write the logic. We'll write the logic. So what is a keyword? Right again, the sum of A and B is what? C. So is in the same as C language. If we are using any string or constant in the write statement or the printf statement, we need to keep in the quotes, right? So here we need to keep in the single quotes. So I'm just keeping the string in quotes. So again, if you see, after completion of write statement or any statement, we will give the period, right? I'm just giving the period. I'm going to save my program and I'm trying to activate it, and I got the error again. What is the error? Unable to interrupt C. Unable to interrupt C. So now actually we have discussed in the same, when we are combining two statements or when we are doing same two operations, what we have done, we have added colon after the keyword. So we are going to do the same thing. After the keyword I have added the colon, and the next one is after completion of one statement or one declaration. So we are separating the second one with comma. So here this is one and here this is second one. So I'm just separating the second one with comma. So I'm going to save it again, activate. Now if you see that my objects are activated. Now if you see, the sum of A and B is 60. So this is I have written two write statements, that's why we are getting this 60. I'm just going now, activate. So if you see, the sum of A and B is 60. So now one more case. I'm just enabling this write statement again. So I'm just saying activate and then execute. So if you see here, my first write statement and the second write statement are coming in the one line. So what my requirement is, the 60 has to come in the first line and the sum of A and B should become in the second line. So for this, simple, we just need to add a back slash after completion of this write keyword. So now I'm just activating my code, executing. So if you see now, in the first line we got 60 and in the second we got the sum of A and B is 60. So we will try one more case. Write slash welcome to Telugu Tech. So period is must, activate, execute. Now if you see, my welcome to Telugu Tech is in the third line. Now I have one more requirement. Now I just want to keep this welcome to Telugu Tech in the middle of the screen. So in order to achieve this, we have some kind of keywords. So let us do that. So I'm just adding one keyword called centered, CENTERED. So I'm just added this keyword after my write statement. I'm just activating my logic again and then I'm executing. So if you see, still it is not working. Still it is in the same line. Here my code is not working. So in these type of cases, we have a feasibility to find our error or to know how to use any particular keyword. So in order to do that, we need to place our cursor in any keyword and then we need to press on F1. So then you will get the documentation. So you will get the SAP documentation where you can get each and everything. So instead of going and searching in the Google, you can just read this documentation. You can get each and everything. So we need to make an habit to read our documentation, because this is very important, because all the vlogs which we see in the internet was written in some other 8 years ago. So but here the documentation will be updated regularly, so we will get each and everything in the documentation. So if you see here, there are some kind of other things as well. After right statement, we can use left justified, centered, right justified, some like no grouping, no zero, no sign. We will see some of the things. So I'm just opening left justified. So if you see here, we need to use this left justified like this, right, left, to format left justified. You can just explore all these things. You will get lot kind of knowledge. So if you get any doubt, or if you are stuck somewhere, you can check your documentation every time. It will be available in the SAP directly. So just you need to place your cursor in the keyboard, and then just you need to press F1. That's it. So not only for this, I'm just trying to place my cursor on my right statement, and then I'm just clicking on F1. So here I got all the details about right statement. So like this, you can get all the information. You can study whenever you're free. So now what I'm doing is, I'm just taking two variables, data A type C, this is one, and coming data B type I. Now what I'm doing is, I'm just adding, and one more thing, data C type I, let me give I, and then I'm just adding the two variables, right, C, full stop. I'm just saving my code and then activating. Just think what will be the output. So if you take C as an example, if you add integer plus character, you will get some kind of garbage value, because we haven't assigned any value. We haven't assigned like 10 or 20 to AB. So I'm just adding simply after declaring. So I'm just activating my code. Here if you see, you got 0. Instead of doing this, I can just show you one more simple example. Instead of, we will check this again. So I'm just trying to print A, right, B. So I'm just printing A and B. Now I'm just activating my code. So if you do the same thing in the C language, you will get some garbage value. Now I'm just executing my code. If you see, you got 0 and 0. We should not, let me execute once again. We got 0 and 0. This we should not get 2 zeros. Let me check, there is one mistake in my code. Oh yeah, I'm just writing one more right statement, C. So I'm just uncommenting. I have written only two right statements, A and B. I'm trying to activate it, and then execute it. If you see, I got 0, and then if you see, there is space. You're not getting exactly. Let me explain clearly. So in order to show the output clearly, I'm just giving some kind of sentence just in order to make more clear. I'm just trying to activate my code again. I have saved my code. Activate. Now if you see, okay, 1 second. I have given SS. Activate. Now if you see, the initial value of A is, you are not getting anything. But if you see, you're not getting anything. It means and for B if you see, and for B if you see, you are getting 0. But for A you are not getting anything. It means the initial value of an integer in SAP is 0. So if you are not assigned anything, you will it will store 0. And coming to the C character, the initial value will be space. So if you don't do anything, or if you don't assign any value to the character, it will store space. That's why it is not showing in the output. But for integer, it is 0, right? So it is showing 0. So let us take one more simple example. So I'm just declaring, I have declared 2 statements, 3 variables, and now A is in character, right? So I'm just assigning some kind of value now. I'm just giving SAP app. And for B, it is an integer, right? Now I'm giving 10. So I'm just going to print it now. Alright. A. Right. B. This and if you see, even you can use this colon only for one value, or you can use, or you cannot use. It's your choice. But this backspace is just to print in the next line. Backslash. I'm just activating again. I'm trying to execute. So if you see, for integer, if you see, you're getting a star here, star, and then 10. So what is happening here? So for B it is good. Like for B we have stored an 10. It is working. So we are displaying the 10 as an output. It is working. So what happened to A is, if you see here, we have used double quotes. So I'm just using single quotes now. I'm just trying to activate. Now what you will get, we'll see what we will get. If you see, for the first you got yes, and for the second one you got 10. So from this you can understand that, so here we have declared A as a character and we haven't given any length. So the default length is 1. So that's why it will store only yes. So and remaining all the letters will be eliminated or truncated. So that's why A has stored only yes, and we got only yes. Now I will just do one thing. I will give some length here. I'm giving just length as 20 for A. So you can declare, you can give length like this. So A variable has length 20. Now I'm just activating my code. Execute. If you see, you got SAP app. So if you see, from here to here it will be 20 characters, and I have stored only some 8 to 10. So rest all will be occupied with space. So looks like video will be lengthy, so we will end up our session here, and we'll start next session in the coming video. So there are many things to learn, so we will do as many as possible. So yeah, that's it for today guys. We will continue in the next session. Thanks for watching.